Today I'm going to talk about strobing basketball in small arena, small college or high school with battery-powered Westcott FJ400 Strobes, utilizing the new A9III with its global shutter, and then using the 28 to 70 f2 G Master along with the 300-28 GM as the total package for lit basketball. Let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, I put up 4 of these strobes, one in each corner of the balcony at the top of the stands. I zip-tied light stands to the very corners and then put these up as high as they would go with these sport reflectors on them. These sport reflectors are not sold by Westcott. I found a better source for them and I will list it below. In fact, all the gear I'm going to show you today, I'm going to list in the description with affiliate links. So if you find value with my videos, please help me by buying from those links. So lots of first times here for this shoot. I did this a couple months ago. I'm just trying to catch up with editing and getting videos out, but I wanted to see if I could get away with using battery-powered strobes instead of hauling in Chromes, which are AC powered, and then doing all the extension cords and all that stuff. I just wanted to do something quick to try out the global shutter. And I ended up shooting at 500th of a second for this game. I used 2 lenses only, the 28 to 70 f2, which is fast becoming one of my favorite lenses. Definitely for under the basket, it's incredible. And then of course 300 f2.8 G Master for down court. So I was using 2 different A9IIIs, one in each lens, and then 4 of these guys with these sport reflectors. I also don't show them, but I also used 6 pocket wizards, which, one for each light and then one for each camera body. So 2 are in, they're all transceivers, but 2 of them are in transmit mode only, and the other 4 that were on each light were in receive mode. Let's take a look at the pictures. All right, so up here on the right, you can see the focal length lens I was using. This is the 300 GM, 500 ISO, 2.8, 500th of a second. So you'll note that everything is in manual. You really cannot do strobes and use any kind of automatic. You've got to be in full manual, including manual ISO. So we're balanced for daylight because that's what the strobes produce. And I'm shooting in Adobe RGB, and that matters to me because I'm a JPEG shooter and I don't shoot RAW. So this is actually adds a lot more information in color gamut than it would. If you're a RAW shooter, you can ignore this. So let's just look at some pictures here. You can see the heavy side lighting. So the strobes are in the corners of the arena, and but look at the separation between the background, and it's great. I love doing the strobes, man. It's so cool. So let's go to the right, and this is down court, with a 300. Just looking at what's what. Not a great picture, but just giving you an idea about the lighting. You can see my crop here. Photo Mechanic shows crops, and I don't want to go through and delete them all. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. And also because I'm shooting at 500 ISO, I can get away with literally murder because I can crop anything I want. And it's a 24.7 megabyte file, so I can crop at will, without losing any quality at all, because the quality is already there. So again, just the down court look, pretty nice. I did do some highlight recovery because the side light is so severe that sometimes you just need a little help. And you can kind of see just how sharp it is. I was shooting the Defender here. Yeah, super, super sharp. I mean, we're talking crazy, crazy sharp. Let's just go ahead and zoom in on one of these just so you can see the quality. Even though it'll be, in YouTube and stuff, it still should be able to show you just how good it is. So yeah, you can kind of see the quality. It's just amazing. You can see individual beads of sweat rolling down his face, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty impressive. Little pass play. So yeah. You can see the sweat in the face. Typically, you don't see sweat in the face too often because you can't get a high enough shutter speed shooting available light, and everything just turns to mush. So here you can. the coach in the opposite end of the court. Even way down, I can pick up and do what I need. It's pretty impressive, the quality there. And the 300-2.8 is so good at isolating this guy here in black, and then even his teammate, and then it blows out the cheerleaders too. So you can really, really see. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, I get along great with the 7200 down court. I could just blow it up. But all these things would be very complicated and not as easy to look at as this. So you wouldn't have this quality of look with a 7200. So you can see I'm going to do a pretty big crop there. Yeah, just a free throw. Just so cool just to see how good you can make the sweat look. Yeah, it's great. That is a big center right there. Little low down high five. Yeah, pretty cool. You just see the quality. The quality is just insane. It's just great to look at. This is a 300. He's coming up to mid-court. So that's full frame, with the 300-2.8 at mid-court. It's perfect for doing that stuff. A little pass. Assistant coach. Defense. The coach not looking very happy. Waiting to go in. Kind of cool arm there with the big sleeve. You can see every single part of that thing. And, if you're shooting this at 3200 or 5000 or 6400, you're just not going to see the kind of detail. You can actually multiple catch lights in their eyes because of where he's sitting. So you can see there's actually 3 catch lights in the eyes because there's 3 different strobes that are hitting him. It's John Painter, the SID, good guy. Not sure what's going on here, but you get the bony finger. All right, you're getting the idea. The big man. So you're getting to kind of see how pre-crop, like what I do. It's so beautiful to get that. I mean, just think about what your picture would look like if this is available light. It wouldn't look anything like this. And there probably wouldn't be any detail in the shirt at all. You can actually see the weave of the shirt. Another free throw. Okay, a little jubie after something happened. Coach happens to look at me by accident. Oops. Here's where you can see the lights. So these are Avenger 13-foot stands, and they're zip tied in the corners of the, you can really see it well here. There's 3 zip ties, one here, and one at the bottom. And you'd think they'd shake and stuff in the bleachers like that, but they don't. They're very solid. They stay put. So it works out great. But you can kind of see when you're shooting, and this is, by the way, thousandth of a second f2, because I could use a different exposure for the fast lens, the f2 lens, the 2870. So this is showing you what it's like to look directly into bright light, and it's kind of a flawless lens, really. So here you can see kind of a side view with one strobe firing here, and you can't see the one that's up here, but it's also firing. Another view of that. Here's just these are a bunch of the girls team that are getting ready to play before their game, before the men come out. All right, and here's the 2870 stuff. So I'm pretty loose here. This is 30 millimeter, 28 millimeter. And that's another thing. You can shoot really wide, still nail the picture, and then just go and crop in what you need when you have this kind of quality. So this is all 1000th f2. Note the ISO is 250 ISO. I was able to do that because I could, it's f2. So I could raise it up, and it's just cool. There's still almost too much light. I probably could have gone to, I think the next shutter speed is 1500th or whatever. And remember, all shutter speeds are possible because it's global shutter on the A9III. So 1000th f2, 250, 28 millimeter with a little block on the face. Not great pictures, but I just wanted to show you guys what you get. Here's a rebound, one eye rebound. Don't know if he got that rejected or not, but it's kind of cool. Good look at his face. Free throw. The light kind of bothers me there, but you know, if you only get one frame like that per game, it's not such a big deal. Look at the focus. This is at 52 millimeter f2. So he is tack sharp. Eye AF is working. He's a complete fuzzball. This guy's out of focus. This guy's out of focus. This guy's out of focus. This guy's way out of focus. And look at the background. The 2870 f2 is sweet. It really is. Another frame, same thing, 28 millimeter. Yep. My man John, he's awesome. This best picture I got from the game by far. Really like this. To see the crop is kind of cool. That look makes it look really good. Better, I think. So yeah, whoops. Yep. Sorry, I'm going a little slow here. Oh, it looks like I got one out of focus. I sure did. I didn't see this in the edit. Looks like the net in the back of this guy is focused and he's a fuzzball. So this is a problem at f2. You know, at 2.8 you might have had enough sharpness there to make it work, but not here. So I'll delete that one later. All right, cool. So I do screw up sometimes, but the strobes sure help everything. Look at those eyes. I mean, you could almost get a headshot out of that. It's crazy. Yeah, this is nice. I'm just showing you everything because I want you to see everything about how this works. It's really cool to be like sitting under the basket and then be able to just zoom out to 28. And this is at 37, but I could get really wide really fast and nothing would get by me. It was kind of cool. Using that 2870 f2 G Master's like a sweet street sweeper on the side of the court I was on. Yeah, little rebound action. Here's another wide shot just showing the whole gym and what it looks like from the strobe perspective. 3-point. Top of the key. I don't know how to have a face or eyes, but that's a really nice picture. Free throw. There's another thing, like this is 32 millimeter f2. Really sharp here, but look at the background. It's really nice because of the way it just lends itself. I tell you, the difference between 2.8 and f2 is righteous. It is a righteous difference. Like his tongue hanging out there. That's pretty cool. Just before he goes out of bounds, he's going to try and pass to a teammate. Okay. I'm going to go a little faster because I think I'm wearing it out here. I don't think I'm giving you a lot of new information at this point from these pictures. So, but I'm hoping you're seeing the quality. It's just insane. Shooting basketball at 2/50th of a second indoors in a dark gym is like a great treat to get pictures like this with this kind of quality. Little slam dunk. All right, that's old school, kind of Larry Bird looking shot there. Fast break and a score. Okay, cool. So my hope is that after you seeing the quality of the images, even in 4K that's crunched down and compressed by YouTube, hopefully you can see the quality increase. There is no comparison between shooting lit basketball or strobe basketball versus available light. Available light just is never going to approach the color, the vibrancy, the extreme contrast that you get from lit hoops. Not to mention the fact that you can get rid of all the stuff that bothers you, like LEDs and other issues with like flicker and banding. A lot of people have now LED lights in their gyms, but sometimes they go on the cheap and they get the cheap lights that cause banding, which are like these horizontal lines that appear across the frame when you're horizontal or landscape. But anyway, you escape all that when you go into, of course, the A9III would never see that, but when you can use the A9III's Global Shutter, you're completely set free from flash sync. Every shutter speed, in fact, is a sync speed. So All these pictures were shot at 500th of a second at f2 and 2.8 at usually 500 ISO. So just imagine the lowest ISO being that low. And imagine how blurry your pictures would look if you tried to shoot at 500 ISO in your jam available light. I mean, unless you had 51.2 lenses, you probably couldn't even do it because there wouldn't be enough light in there. So anyway, I'm hoping that this will serve as like a primer for people that are thinking about strobe in basketball. A lot of people would just say, hey, as good as the sensors are, especially in Sony, I don't need to strobe anymore. But man, the pictures are just better. They really are. Also, you can't rely on the pray and spray that we get at 30, 60, and now 120 frames per second. So editing wise and on being on deadline, you're much better off with strobes because you're shooting one picture, you're on single frame instead of using the motor drive to kind of be a band-aid or a catch-all. Then you got to edit all that stuff. So when you're editing a lit basketball game, it's really, really fast and you can get the pictures out immediately. So anyway, I've talked enough, but I would love to hear your comments and thoughts and questions about this. I'd love to be in dialogue with you about this. I'm thinking about doing a strobe lit basketball workshop in fall of 25. I just want to gauge interest and see if people are interested in learning how to do this. So, hey, thanks so much for watching.